Well, guys, let's talk about it. By now, some of you guys have heard of Anthony Farrow from the Timepiece Gentleman and saw his video recently where he's just giving you guys an update on his current events.
Obviously, I was unaware that he was recording, but that phone call came because I needed someone to talk to. You know, I've been digging myself this hole, and it's a $5 million hole. Yes, it's true. I'm $5 million in debt. You know, about $3 million of that debt is to two big clients of mine. One who acted as an investor, and I used his money to fund my lifestyle. The other who, I'll just leave it at that. I owe two big.
Where he owes some investors and some consigners around $5 million. So he's in $5 million in debt, guys, and his video stated that he has hit rock bottom. So in this video, I want to talk to you guys about my view on this topic. Now, I'm not addressing it as a hater or a cheerleader. I'm just going to be in the middle, and I'm just going to try and find some lessons that we can take from this so that some of us could avoid the same mistakes as Anthony. Some of you guys may be thinking, Clyde, we're not that dumb to go down a hole where we're going to be $5 million in debt. But guys, there's some lessons that we could take from his story. So guys, give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and let's get into it. So before I get into the lessons that we can learn from Anthony Farrow's story, let me just give you guys a brief understanding of the storyline of how we got to this point. Now, Anthony Farrow opened up the Timepiece Gentleman in Dallas, Texas with his business partner, Marco. Now, Marco is a quiet, chill, introverted type of guy. He was mostly into the vintage timepieces, and Anthony was more of the flashy, extroverted, crazy, wanting attention type of guy. So for YouTube, that was the guy. He was the person in front of the camera that everyone, if not fell in love with, was just attracted to as far as seeing what he wanted to show that day. Now, he was showing his lifestyle, the cars, the money, just the lifestyle, the traveling, the food, which got a lot of us caught up in, the hype of everything. Now, he was into mostly selling these high-end modern pieces. He wasn't really on the vintage side, and his passion and love for timepieces was kind of developing. I don't think he was really like a hardcore, watch lover like Marco was, but he was making a lot of deals. For some reason, people were just gravitating towards him. And I believe, of course, he was able to receive a lot of investor money along the way. But along the way, a lot of red flags came up in his journey, where I know you guys will get in the comment section and mention whether it was the robberies, whether it was the blackout, and some other things that you guys know that he's done throughout that made it seem like, hey, something's off, something's up, and whatever he's doing, it isn't right. And a lot of you guys went at him in his comment section, of course in his YouTube videos, on his Instagram, calling him out. And, he pretty much was just fighting back at you guys, making it seem like whatever was going on wasn't going on. But today, everything pretty much was exposed. Everything, as far as exposed, in the sense that he's admitting that whatever everyone was coming at him for was true. So guys, his story has been a huge rise, a fast rise. It was rapid, where the attention, the fame, the money just came really quick. And now we're seeing the crash. So now let's touch on the points that we could actually learn from his mistakes so that some of us could not fall into this trap. So first, I'm going to start off by saying some of the lessons that I think we're going to take from Anthony Farrow's story. And it's going to be that what happens in the dark will always come to light. Some of us may have had our parents say that to us. We were little troublemakers when we were growing up, and they were like, hey, whatever you're doing is going to come out. And for some reason, whatever our parents say to us always happens. They always found out about it. And that's something that some of us have to acknowledge, guys, that what you're doing in secret, what you're doing in the dark, that you think someone is not going to find out, eventually, maybe not the whole picture, but some of it will come out and you will be exposed. So that's one lesson that we're going to take from this story. Greed, lying, because that's something that Anthony did to his investors, to his employees, and he's confessed to all of this in the video.
I want a chance at a real life, and I haven't had a real life in a few years. Not especially not my life. I don't know what's going to come of this. The one thing I'll say is that this is 100% on me.
I'm gonna link it down below in the description box. He confessed all of this. He apologized. He's sorry for it. So that's another reason why my approach on this is not really with anger and looking down on him or want to beat him while he's down, but more so trying to just hope the best for him and hopefully he change and turn around. One point that Anthony mentioned was he's afraid of failure, which a lot of us are. But one thing we need to learn, guys, is that failure is expected, especially if you're doing something that's challenging.
It was the hardest thing. It was the most embarrassing thing. Like I said, it's hard for someone like me to admit failure, to admit defeat, to admit that I'm an alcoholic, or I have a drug problem, or I have a gambling problem, or I have a spending problem, or I've wasted money on cocaine and hookers and nights out in Vegas and just dumb shit, living this fake lifestyle to impress people that don't really care.
Failure to me, I respect someone that challenges themselves, does something, fail, but then gets back up and get the ball rolling and learn from their mistakes, then step up until they get to where they're trying to go. Now, Anthony, he was so much afraid of failure that he wanted to put on a mask, which a lot of people do, especially with social media. Guys, listen to me with all the points that I'm mentioning, where it's points that we need to learn from. Social media, failure is okay. Social media is taking over, where a lot of us are putting on a persona or something, a lifestyle that isn't real. Sometimes we see people on social media, we see people on Instagram, and we think that they're living the best life. And that is not true, guys, for many people. So don't look at people online and think, wow, their life is perfect. Whatever they show, that's what I want. That's what you want to experience too. No, guys, a lot of these people that are posting, like Anthony, he's posting his Lamborghinis, he's posting these trips, these vacations, these dinners. A lot of them are miserable and sad inside, and also sometimes financially struggling. So one of my points, guys, with social media, don't let social media consume your life and take over the whole psyche and how you are as a person. Don't let it take over your goals or what you strive for. Don't measure yourself with a lot of people that's posting on social media. Just live your life and try to be the best you every day. Another lesson that we're going to be able to take from this is overindulging. Sometimes, guys, some of us have a lifestyle where we overindulge, whether it's alcohol, whether it's women, whether it's drugs. And those three things are things that Anthony Farrell was overindulging in. His whole lifestyle, some of us got caught into it. I'm one of those. That's the reason why his channel blew up and he grew into this, big watch dealer on social media, is because of all these things he showed. He showed going out to dinners, the cars, the lifestyle, and we got caught up into it. Some of us were like, that doesn't make sense. The lifestyle that he's living for a watch dealer, so quick, it just doesn't make sense. The volume, selling a timepiece with a certain amount of margins. A lot of us was coming at him with that type of information. But he used the cars and the glitz and the glamour to kind of, as a mask for most of us. A lot of us, we just saw that and we weren't really looking at the numbers to see that, hey, it wasn't making sense. And my last 2 points I think we should be able to take from Anthony Farrell's story is that social media is powerful. We shouldn't let social media take over our lives, and especially when we're looking at other people on social media, seeing their lifestyle. So Anthony Farrell is just pretty much exposing himself in his video, saying that, hey, the lifestyle he was living above his means. The Lamborghini, the lunches, the dinners, the food, the traveling, he couldn't afford it. It was all investor money, and it wasn't him. So a lot of us, when we're looking at people on social media, guys, that is not them. More than likely, they're struggling, they're sad, they're depressed, and they're just posting just this highlight of their lives, and then they go right back to being sad, miserable, depressed, and broke. So when it comes to social media, guys, do not let social media consume you as far as what you post and what you're trying to portray on it, but also as what you're taking in. Social media is something that is used to program us. So what we're seeing, we may see someone living a certain lifestyle and think that we need to live that lifestyle as well. And so we're going to do whatever it takes. And that's not the mindset. That's not the approach that we should have with social media. And the final lesson I think we should get from this is that money doesn't change you. Guys, some of us may be striving to be rich, trying to get money and think that it's going to change our lives. We're going to be happy. We're going to be generous. We're going to be just an amazing person. But that's not the case. Guys, money just amplifies who you are as a person. So if you're broke now and you're miserable, once you get money, at the end of the day, you will be miserable. If you're a bad person, a greedy person, prior to having money, at the end of the day, when you do have money, you will be more generous and more giving. Maybe temporarily, but at the end of the day, the whole big picture of who you are as a person when you do have money, you will be stingy and doing more horrible things to maybe get more money. Greed may consume you more. It's just an amplifier. That's the whole point of it, guys. So money doesn't change you. It only amplifies who you are as a person. So I don't know Anthony, I don't know his personal life, I don't know the details of this matter, this case, but I do know that he's a human, he's imperfect. Of course he's gonna make mistakes. I mean, it seems like he made mistakes over and over, but who am I to judge? Who are we to judge? I do know that he has a kid and a son that he's trying to live for, so, wishing jail on him wouldn't be the best thing. Wishing the worst for him wouldn't be the best. Let's just hope that he tries to get his life together. I don't think he's probably going to go to jail, maybe rehab or something like that, maybe in the cards for him. And yeah, that's pretty much what I want to say on this matter. He owes $5 million to people out there. I mean, that's a lot of money. Who knows? There could be a light at the end of the tunnel. And this could possibly be a good Netflix show where it shows the rise of a watch dealer and then the crash. And the funding that he could receive from that, he could pay his investors and consigners back. Who knows? But guys, I want you guys to comment down below what you guys think about the situation. Give this video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and stay tuned for some more videos.